for Tallow in the championship to date. He's going for the goal. That one has been batted down and lofted over the crossbar. Well, it could so easily have been a goal. It was Paul Geary that went for the goal. The save was made on the goal line and the ball scooped over the crossbar to have Tallow in front now by 4 points. At centre field, this is Paul Geary. Geary onto his left side and threading it towards the left half forward slot. At midfield, swiped upon by James Murray, finding David O'Brien. O'Brien is under pressure, but still it's there for Tallow. This one's sent in towards the goal, but it's taken a little bit of a nosedive at the tail end, and that's gone away to the left. David O'Brien is in a full forward line that has Brian Henley in the right corner and Mossy O'Brien in the left full forward slot. Owen Cunningham has dropped this one towards the middle of the pitch. One feels that Stradbally need a score right now to settle themselves down again. Niall Kern winding his way through. Stopped in his tracks, but not for long, as support is there with George Walsh. Out to Niall Kern. In possession now is James Beecher, the centre half back. He too has lost out. While swipe went in, the advantage is being played. It has been spread towards the left, and there may be a good scoring chance here, but superb defensive play by Tallow as John Hearn attempted to get in his shot at goal. Well, the play has been stopped for a brief moment because Tallow have been favoured by this free. Way inside their own defensive side of the pitch. Tallow strike this one. Down the right wing it comes. Stand side of the field here in Dungarvan. Linesman has flagged. It's going to be a throw-in, he says. And it goes. Another difficult call for the linesman. He's giving it to the centenary champions here in Waterford, namely Tallow, who have a lead here of 4 points. Sideline cut is to be taken. That's a very good one as well by Mark Geary in towards the edge of the square. Mossy O'Brien had it for just a moment. Well, stalemate really down there in towards large parallelogram. A few players just getting to know themselves here in this Waterford Senior Hurling Championship tie. John Halpin is the full-back. Going in alongside him is David O'Brien, and that was close, but it's wide. David O'Brien made it first time, and had it been a foot further in, I think it would have wound up in the back of the net. David O'Brien, here we see it once again. Yes, first time, and even less, I think. The umpire, thankfully, is fairly safe. Owen Cunningham spinning this one towards the middle of the field, and Tallow once again, they are starting in very impressive style. Tallow as they push forward once again. There may be an opportunity, but the whistle has sounded, and that is a free for Tallow, and another scoring chance. Free Desi O'Leary. The penalty has presented itself now to Tallow. And this time it's James Murray that's going to take it. He is going for the goal, and it's there. A second goal for Tallow in the match. Bring themselves onto 2 goals and 3 points. It wasn't a mighty effort, but nonetheless it did the job. It has beaten the 3 players in the Stradbally goal line to claim a second goal into the bottom left-hand corner, and it's now 2 goals and 3 to 2 points. Here we see the finish once again. So suddenly Tallow have a very healthy advantage in this game. Stradbally now have sent this one forward with George Walsh sending it in towards full forward Trevor Kern. That's stylishly away by Shane McCarthy as he brings play now towards the middle of the field. Tallow have lost out, and this one has been sent into the Stradbally attack. Remember, Tallow are the team playing with the advantage of a strong breeze in the opening half. As we watch this delivery by Paul O'Brien towards his namesake David. And that's Mossy O'Brien that gets a touch to it straight across the face of the goal. But first to it is John Coffey. He sends this one towards halfway. Michael Walsh. Hoping that his team can pick off the next score or two. To really not allow Tallow to run away with the game. Shane McCarthy with the clearance out around a fairly bunched looking midfield section. John Hearn. Free is for Tallow. Much to the disappointment there of John Hearn, who certainly has been quite prominent early on for Stradbally. Out to take this free is Paul Geary. In towards the edge of the square. It's dropped and the goalkeeper has seen it leap and he goes to ground. And I don't believe it, the sliotar has been scrambled over the goal line. Oh, this is quite unbelievable. What a terrible start to the game for Stradbally. They have now conceded goal number 3. But who can we credit the goal to? Here we see the goalkeeper going to ground. There were 3 players in contention there, all members of the inside forward line. And there we see it being shoveled over the goal line. Brian Henley was involved, so too David O'Brien, but I think maybe that it was Mossy O'Brien that had the final touch to it. Advantage Tallow now. Ahead 3 goals and 5 to 3 points. They are having some first half. Paul Geary has fed this ball forward. Comes to the full forward, and that's David O'Brien, and everything that Tallow do in this first half is working out exceptionally well. Stradbally sweep the ball forward in towards their half forward line. Out to it though is Paul Murray, and swiftly has transfer play in towards his full forward line. John Coffey, pretty decent player in that number 5 jersey. Getting it away this time is Tom Walsh. Walsh up towards his centre half forward, who has threatened a lot. That's George Walsh. Still Walsh has support there as well. No avenue through for Trevor Curran. And this has presented Stradbally with a scoring chance. But even at this early stage, I think they would perhaps be wise to pick off a few points. That's what they're doing, as that one has been tossed over the crossbar by Trevor Curran. It's now 3 goals and 5 points to 4 points. Huge difference between the teams. Well, in terms of the scoreboard, Murphy has sent play towards halfway. John Hearn returning it inside. It's back to Hearn from George Walsh. Now Stradbally are suddenly only 35 yards out from the goal. There was holding there. There was holding. Shane McCarthy being the Tallow full back, and Trevor Curran, of course, the full forward on this Stradbally side. It's Tallow that have themselves the free. Striking it is Aidan Kearney, spreading it very much to the right side of his attack and trying to involve Paul Geary. Oh, he did that well. Oh, that is superb play. Mightn't have worked out all that well in the end, but it was a clever pick-up and then a nice release of the ball. Now at centre field, it's Stradbally that have themselves a free. Stradbally could only pick off another couple of scores before half-time. It would do their conference the world of good, given that they have the breeze to their backs in the closing 30 minutes of this Waterford Senior Hurling Championship tie at Firhill Dungarvan. Nipping through is John Hearn. Hearn spreading it straight across the goal. 25 yards out from the goal, so if Stradbally can manage to pick it up, they could well have a shot at Martin Murphy in that Tallow goal. Upward play, and this is Paul O'Brien. O'Brien landing it inside, and for once Stradbally have left it go through here to Mossy O'Brien. O'Brien onto his left side. The shot is weak, but it has been kept in. And Owen Cunningham now called into action. His shot has been blocked and it's still not gone. Stradbally, full back, gets it away, but not all that far from the stick of John Halpin. And really, Stradbally are under so much pressure in this opening half, it's almost unreal. Oliver Costello, his shot in turn has been blocked. Gets it away now. And that is a free against Stradbally. Foul committed on David O'Brien, so says the Ireland's own referee, Desi O'Leary. Fairly acute angle. Nothing perhaps beyond this individual, as that has been sent in towards the goal. Nice point once again for Tallow. Certainly well able to pick off their scores. This Tallow team, as they have quite a healthy lead right now. It's Stradbally themselves now moving into attack, looking to pick off their 4th point of this opening half, but Tallow are having none of it right now. It's Mosty O'Brien that has sent it through, fetched by Oliver Costello, and away by Costello. There is a free man at midfield for Stradbally. As this one has been pumped against the fresh breeze to the right half forward slot, and Stradbally looking for an opening or two here. Full forward involved now. That's Trevor Kern, fouled by Shane McCarthy, the full back, and the referee is going to have a word here with Shane McCarthy. Trevor Kern, yes, it's Trevor Kern that struck that one. It's point number 4 now for Stradbally, so they're keeping within a modest striking touch of Tallow, this Stradbally team. Tallow on the counter themselves now. Sweeping it away there was John Coffey, but it's back with Tallow. Late challenge went in, the advantage is being played. It may fall now towards David O'Brien. Shot going in, it's saved. The follow-up is there, and the referee has blown. There's a little bit of a dust-up in that goal. Save was made, though, in fairness, by Owen Cunningham, as we play out the closing phase of this opening half. Owen Cunningham not reaching the 45 with that clearance. Stradbally have it now, pushing forward. That's Michael Walsh, straight down the centre. Tallow have managed to intercept it. Tallow player has been upended. I think that was James Murray that went flying. Now at the opposite side of the pitch, it's Tallow with a sideline cut. That has been struck by Aidan Carney. Kevin Coffey now inside towards George Walsh. Hacked away just for a brief period. Niall Kern is threatening now. And it's going to be a free. And Stradbally, would you believe it, have been penalised. And this is a free for Tallow. Not so long left now in this opening half. It's been a very good first 30-minute period so far for Tallow. Being pumped in towards the edge of the square, and there is a chance and another goal. I don't believe it, a 4th goal for Tallow. Well, what a first half it has been for Tallow up until now, and this even makes it better. The goal scorer in left full forward, Mosty O'Brien, almost at the stroke of half-time, you could say. Indeed, it is half-time here. 4 goals and 5 to 5 points. Tallow very much the team in control. Well, that's where we leave you for now. We'll be back for second half action in just a few minutes. Stradbally with this early scoring chance, and that one has been beautifully tucked inside the left-hand upright. Midfielder Michael Walsh on the mark early on in this second half. Stradbally moving forward, that one perhaps a fraction too high for Trevor Kern. Now out around midfield. Tallow, of course, will be anxious to hold on to their 12-point advantage and secure a place in the next round of the championship. A championship they haven't won since centenary year 1984. But then, spare a thought for Stradbally, who have never won a Waterford Senior Hurling Championship title. Of course, they have won a few senior football championship titles. It's Tallow into attack now. Looking for it is Paul Henley over there. So to Paul Geary. None of them have it, as it's Stradbally now that whip play down towards their half-forward line. Although they have 1 point on the score sheet, Stradbally know that they need a goal or two. That's Shane McCarthy with the clearance for Tallow, their full-back. Kevin Coffey neatly chipping it into a colleague's path. Now towards Niall Kern. This is Niall Kern along the end line shooting for the goal, but that's a good save. Good save by the goalkeeper in Martin Murphy as he gets it away towards this near sideline. But certainly Stradbally are starting this half as if they mean serious business. Trevor Kern, a little full forward, winding his way through. He needs support and he needs it pretty badly. Now it comes out, the shot goes in there from the stick of George Walsh. And Tallow are the team that are very much under the cosh in this second half. Good fielding. John Hearn, once again inside, 20 metres out from the goal. They are going for the goal, it's taken a deflection. The shot came there from Niall Kern. But Stradbally, well, they're not anyway shy in terms of shooting for goals. And that's certainly going to be a free. I was looking that Aidan Carney didn't injure himself in that particular tackle. Free instead has opted to throw it in. And it's Tallow emerging with the ball, and Mark Geary towards his midfield combination of James Murray and Mark Geary. It's whipped away from the pair of them. Now Kevin Coffey has dropped it in. The goalkeeper drops it. It's in the goal, I reckon. It is a goal for Stradbally. A goal for Stradbally in the early part of this second half. Here we see it once again. Yes, it's crossed at the goal line. 4-5 now for Tallow. 1 goal and 6 for Stradbally. So Stradbally are beginning to find their feet now in this second half. Make it that it's Paul Casey that's on the field of play now for Stradbally, and it was he that had that goal. Meanwhile, Tallow trying to set up an attack themselves. Kevin Coffey is the right full back that was back on duty on that occasion. It's with Tallow, this resulting 65, and it's James Murray to take it. James Murray tossing this one in, but he has missed on the left side. So yet have Tallow to register a score in this second half, but we're really only minutes into the half. Mark Geary. Geary playing it forward. There is Mossy O'Brien. Stradbally, however, are the team that have themselves a free. Centre half back Oliver Costello. Costello right down on top of his full forward line. It was lucky that Tallow were there with Shane McCarthy watching the breaking ball. Here they go once again, and that has been slotted over the crossbar. Nice point, courtesy of midfielder Michael Walsh. Stradbally are mounting a serious challenge now to Tallow in the third quarter. They have moved on to 1 goal and 6. So they have added a goal and 2 to their half-time tally. And they move in search of further scores with Ger Power tossing this one forward. It is available. Here comes the shot. That is wide though. Niall Kern is the individual wearing that number 10 jersey. Martin Murphy, goalkeeper for Tallow, opting to send it towards the left side of midfield. Smithfield has sprinted forward. Tallow have sent this one towards their full forward line, and that has been luckily won by Sean Slattery, but Slattery is going through now and passing it across the goal. That was a timely interception. A very timely one as the shot is in and over. Tallow have their first point of this second half. That's from the stick of Paul Geary. There are now 3 goals between them, 4 goals and 6 to 1 goal and 6. Tallow pushing forward. You notice that Tallow have moved Sean Slattery from his centre half forward slot in towards the full forward position. Stradbally have sent this one clear. Tallow winning it back over there with Mark Geary, or are they? Plenty of red jerseys around. And away goes Stradbally once again towards halfway. And nicely brought down. That's certainly a free. Trevor Kern, the player that was fouled. A little bit unlucky because he had rounded his marker and was heading for goal. Here comes another shot and into the net. That is the second time that has happened. A goal for Stradbally. Well, this we'll have to see again. Into the back of the net, all the way from Trevor Kern. 4-6 to 2-6. There are suddenly only 2 goals between them in this match, and Tallow are in a spot of bother. Paul O'Brien adding to it, bringing play towards the centre of the field. Stradbally have been fairly dependable in defence, especially in this second half, and none more so than fullback John Halpin. Stradbally with this free inside the heart of their own defence. This one sent in towards the goal. Is there another goal on here? Pretty close to it. James Beecher, the centre half back, the player sweeping it away out over that end line. Stradbally are by no means out of the reckoning. This is the 65, lofted high. It looks to be on its way, and it is. A nicely converted score, courtesy of midfielder Michael Walsh. 2-7 now are Stradbally. That's 5 points behind their opponents. The referee has seen something here, and once again there is going to be a free. And Stradbally are the dominant team in this second half. My word, they've come from nowhere to be right back in contention. Michael Walsh with another shot that's on its way. 4 goals and 6 now for Tallow. And it's 2 goals and 8 points for Stradbally. There is very little between the teams. And remember, Stradbally have the breeze to their backs in this second half. They come forward once again. That one has taken a deflection, and it has been kept in, but now it's out of the end line. That came from the stick of Paul Casey. Replacement Hurley needed also. As we watch the goal puck out being taken. Out around halfway, and Tallow have brought David O'Brien a long way out from his full forward slot. He's almost playing as another midfielder, and it would appear that Tallow are playing just 2 players in the inside forward line. That will tell you an indication of the strength of the breeze. Stradbally, once again, they won it with Michael Walsh there. John Hearn. Lord, he has a very big heart, has that chap, because he never dropped the head, not even once in this match. And there were times when it looked pretty bleak indeed for Stradbally, but not right now. Here comes the free, that's sent in. And I think it's outside the upright on that occasion. No score. I think the umpire was reaching for the white flag, but it's wide. It's wide on that occasion. So it remains 4 goals and 6 to 2 goals and 8. There isn't much between them. It's Tallow now trying to set up an attack, but the ball is broken away from them. Somehow they managed to win it back, and that's James Murray that has fed the ball through. Tallow looking for a score desperately. This one is short and just about managing to get it away. Owen Cunningham. The pressure is back on him as Tallow going for the goal, but they've tossed this one over the crossbar. As they move on to 4 goals and 7 points. With that score arriving through for Paul Murray, who may have started at right corner back, but I don't reckon he's playing there right now. Well, certainly not if this score is anything to go by. It's 4 goals and 7 to 2 goals and 8. There are 5 points between the teams. Tallow, team in front. They have been in front since the very early stages when Paul Geary stroked home a goal, as we watch Stradbally at the other end of the pitch pick off another fine score courtesy of Paul Casey. Certainly he has made a positive contribution since introduced in the second half for Stradbally. Tallow sending this one forward. Full back is John Halpin. Halpin to the left, and there he finds Tom Walsh. Walsh just scoops this one forward. Nipping in is Ger Power. A little bit ragged right now. John Hearn has it, and Hearn has ballooned this one in towards his full forward line, and going back and trying desperately to keep it in is Shane McCarthy. He prevented it 65 being conceded, but there is going to be this line ball for Stradbally. The holding in there once again. Stradbally go in search of it. They've lost it. There are a whole host of players in contention for possession. But the ball is not being cleanly won, and I think the referee is wise to look for the slither. I'm sure he's going to throw it in, is Desi O'Leary. Well, quite an amount of players in there for the throw in. And eventually it's Tallow that have it. Their shot has been smothered. Stradbally playing it in. Now Tallow bringing play towards midfield. This certainly a totally changed Stradbally side from what we saw in the opening 30 minutes. Full back is John Halpin. Halpin down the right side of his attack, and that's Emmett Cummins that has sent the ball through. There may be another opportunity, and now this chap has scored 1 goal and 2, Paul Casey. And he's not on the field all that long. There is suddenly just a goal between them. 4-7 to 2 goals and 10. Slither has been sent beyond halfway by Martin Murphy. It's Paul Geary playing it into the path of his colleague in there. That's Brian Henley that has it. Henley looking for an avenue through. The foul has been committed. And this a chance for Tallow to give themselves a little piece of breathing space and move 4 points clear. One would imagine that Paul Geary will be well able to slot this one over. Yes, it's straight between the uprights once again. Paul Geary has chipped in with quite an amount of scores for his team in this match. Moving forward once again are Tallow. It's out by Stradbally into the path of Hurling. Stradbally looking to set up an attack once again. May fall into the path of Niall Kern. Instead, it's Kevin Coffey, would you believe it, that's advancing the right full back in towards the centre. Stradbally certainly looking for a goal, but there's none just as of now for them. Well fielded. Stradbally pushed forward. And this is Tallow in possession now. Beginning to come more back into the reckoning. They went to sleep for quite a while. They're back in the match, and with possession is Brian Henley. Henley winding his way forward. It's still Brian Henley going for the goal. He'll settle for the point. He will settle for the point, I'm sure, will Brian Henley, but that was a devastating run forward by the right full forward to leave it 4 goals and 9 to 2 goals and 10. There is a free, and that is for Stradbally. This would bring them on to 2 goals and 11 points. Here comes the shot. It's a difficult one for the goalkeeper to deal with, but he's put it over the crossbar. Well, that could so easily have found its way into the back of the net. The shot from Trevor Kern. At midfield, it's with Tallow's midfielder James Murray. Now to his colleague at centre field, and that's Mark Geary. In turn to Paul Geary's shot, and it's over. It's over from the stick of Paul Geary as his team are on to 4 goals and 10 points. They lead by 5 points, but there is still plenty of time left. The other card there for John Hearn. And it's thirsty work playing in such a competitive senior hurling championship fixture as this here in Dungarvan. Foul has been committed by Tallow, and the free is for Stradbally. Michael Walsh. Here comes the free from that 65. That's a massive strike, and it's there. That is a very good point indeed, because it was a difficult angle, but the midfield man has scored it, and that's Michael Walsh. Four goals and 10 to 2 goals and 12. 4 points between them. Well, one would need a calculator really at this stage. The scores are coming so fast. At this moment in time, it's Stradbally that have themselves this free. Another important one. Difficult angle again. Marginally inside the 65. Sideline cut rather. And it's going to be a free now. Much closer to the goal, and Tallow are annoyed with that refereeing decision. But it is a free, and I think the extra few yards might well be awarded now. Yes, it's from inside the 45. Martin Murphy, anxious times for him in the goal line, as this one has been sent in towards the edge of the square once again. Here comes the shot straight across the goal, and luckily Tallow are there, and they manage to clear their lines towards the defensive 65. Stradbally back on top of the situation with Niall Kern. This one's sent in towards the goal. It's over. That was pretty close, but it is a score. And suddenly there are just 3 points between them in the closing stages of what has been a good game, but in particular a pretty decent second half. At midfield, their power is there for Stradbally. Support behind with Tom Walsh. Walsh feeding it forward, John Hearn. Hearn inside, and the player that's looking for it has it, and that's Niall Kern. Kern has rounded his opponent. Is he going for the goal? He is, but the shot has come off the full back in Shane McCarthy. And now we're watching Aidan Carney clear his lines, but not all that well, as Stradbally stroke over another point. This is a game that's going down to the wire. This is a match that's far from over. 2 points. Tallow lead. Stradbally in possession. My word, if Tallow were to concede a goal in this late stage of the match, it would be a truly sensational twist to this replayed fixture. Dessie O'Leary has awarded the extra few yards, but time is perhaps not fully on the side of Stradbally. Here comes one of their strikes, and that has left one between Tallow and Stradbally. Midfielder Michael Walsh, we make it his 6th point of the evening. Tallow and Martin Murphy puck out the ball. There is still more time in this match. Is it to go to extra time? Because this is a replay involving Tallow and Stradbally here. Referee is looking for the slither. He's going to toss it in, I reckon. Well, what a great finish we're having. Mark Geary is leaving his full forward, David O'Brien, go in for it. Now Mossy O'Brien has it. And the free is for Tallow. And they can breathe a huge sigh of relief. Can the team in the blue and gold strip? This the strike by David O'Brien. Up the far sideline it goes. Possession vital as ever. It's advantage Tallow right now, and Paul Geary shipping it forward, brought down by Oliver Costello, and Costello, the centre half back, is looking for an avenue out. There isn't one, and that's Paul Murray now out over the far sideline. Line ball is for Stradbally. Here comes that sideline cut, and at midfield it's Stradbally pushing forward, and they have themselves a free. 4:10 to 2:15. If this goes over, the teams will be level. Here it comes. That one is dropping short and wide. He needed a score direct. It's missed, and it's Tallow that advance. 4 goals and 10 to 2 goals and 15.